If she does not make it into at least the top 10, thank you. The Miss Universe preliminary competition. I needed to give myself time. I needed to give myself time, I can't speak, to really digest the competition. So last night, Leighton and I had a little discussion about it. A lot of you saw that, and that has now officially become my most disliked video on YouTube. And what I find so funny about that is Leighton was just giving his honest thoughts, like his honest reaction right after the show of who he thought stood out. And it wasn't like his final list, it was just like a discussion. And people always call us biased, and we're honest, and he was being honest, and then people dislike it. It's just so funny. I don't know, that's all I'm gonna say. If you want to see the video, it's on my channel. As for what I thought, like I said, wanted to give myself some time to... Okay, but you can't put it on the elephant though, okay? One of the things I loved about the preliminary competition is there were a lot of surprises, and we love to see that. We love to see people who show up and prove us right, like people who meet our expectations, because I mean, let's face it, as fans, we have a lot of expectations for some of these women who we've watched for over a year, some of them, since they won their national titles. You know, overall, everyone performed very well. Certainly, there were some women I think we were hoping to see more from, maybe more energy, but you never know what happens behind the scenes. And if you guys saw Lou Sierra, who does the walk training and helps with the women, their overall like preparations and stuff like that, she talked about the importance of interview and how important the interview is, and that as the interviews are happening, 50% of the delegates will be knocked out. Like, they will not be considered for the title of Miss Universe. They will not be considered to reach the top 21. So the interview is so important, and none of us see that. And that is something that I so wish that we were able to see. Of course, if we could see the interviews, we would have a much better idea, not only of who is going to win Miss Universe, but who is going to make it into the top 21. Anyways, back to the preliminary competition. It is no doubt that the biggest surprise in the swimsuit was Miss Nepal. I mean, people can disagree for sure. I thought two of the best performances in the swimsuit was Nepal and India. I also loved Colombia, Costa Rica. Philippines actually gave a very good swimsuit performance. After watching the prelims again, because of course I watched it live, I gave a live reaction. You can find that video on my channel. But after rewatching it, Philippines' performance was even stronger than what I felt when I first watched it. So her performance was amazing, but the ones that I had the best memory of, or like that were most ingrained in my head, was Nepal and India. India just looks so stunning. Like, her face is so beautiful. Other women that I loved in the swimsuit, I mean, I talked about this in my live reaction. Thailand gave a stellar performance and proved that she belongs in the top contenders. I also loved South Africa's swimsuit performance. As for gown was a whole different story, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little bit let down from gown. The gown performances overall were not as exciting as I was hoping. Surely we are impressed by the gowns themselves. Like, for example, I believe it was Costa Rica had an exceptionally beautiful gown, but it was hard for her to walk in, so that took away from her performance. Then there were people like South Africa who had this incredibly unique gown that, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, I don't know, and then the more I saw of it, the more I was like, yeah, I love this. It was so regal. Leighton talks about it in our video from last night, that she looked like royalty, and she did. He actually said she looked like she just came out of the Bippity Boppity Boo. What he's talking about is the carriage from Cinderella. Then we had a performance like Puerto Rico, who just gave this like, I am Miss Universe, I am here, I've done this a million times before, look at me shine. And then we had Miss Iceland. I could not even handle or believe Iceland's performance. Like, it was amazing. Like, if she does not make it into at least the top 10, I am going to be shocked, because not only was her swim and her evening gown, I mean, drop dead amazing, she also has such a fun personality. She seems so nice. She has a beautiful speaking voice. Like, there's so many things about her. I would love to see Iceland in the top 5. Also, I saw the moment that Iceland tried on that royal blue gown. It was actually on Jorge Pageant Smart's Instagram. He is the national director for Miss Iceland, and he is so sweet, so nice, and he shared the moment that she tried on that gown, and it was just such a cool moment to see. I love seeing that, like, behind the scenes. Thailand's gown was super unique as well. In my live reaction, I said that India looked nervous at the end. Was it at the end of her gown? And then people in the comments were like, she wasn't nervous, she was so proud, realizing her dream came true. true. And like, sometimes I cannot, because I'm like, okay, for sure, maybe that was what she was thinking. One of my favorite gowns was Singapore's. It was unique. It was like, not statuesque, structural. I don't even know what the right terms are, but it was so stunning, so beautiful on her. I would love, love, love to see her in the top 21. Mexico also had a beautiful gown and beautiful gown performance. I've now seen photos of it, and I feel like the photos didn't do it justice. It looked better in video, in my opinion. Panama, so gorgeous. Her swim performance was beautiful. The gown was stunning on her. It fit her just, oh my gosh, it was incredible. Brazil, her swim performance was like, wow. It was like a party. It was so good. I was also super happy with Dominican Republic. I loved her performance overall. I actually went and re-watched her up-close interview, and it was very well done. Australia gave a good swim performance. I was happy with her swim. I would have liked to see more power and wow factor in her gown, especially because she is so demanding in her interviews and in her words, and so I wanted to see that matched a little bit more in her gown performance. So I really hope that that's going to be, you know, the fire that lights her on the final night, and that we can still see her rise to the top of Miss Universe. Canada, I loved Canada in the gown. I definitely would have liked to see more from Canada in the swim, thank you, especially given her personality. She's always been like so lively and so much fun in all the behind the scenes we've seen from her. So for sure, I feel like she's gonna elevate everything on the final night. I feel like I could go on and on about every contestant and say different things about each girl, but overall, you know what, now that I'm reflecting back, I really did enjoy the preliminary competition. And I do want to comment on Philippines in the gown, and I thought the yellow looked impeccable on her. I feel like she was holding back though. I definitely do feel like she was holding back a little bit. That's just my opinion, that's just my perspective. She gave such a beautiful performance in the gown at Miss Universe Philippines, so I would like to see her hair similar to at Miss Universe Philippines, or up, completely up, top bun type of situation. We saw that amazing photo of her that she just looked. I will be releasing a final predictions that I'm still working on. I am letting my hopeful like intuition of all the women help create this predictions. And for those asking, you are so sweet. My pageant ebook, Ultimate Pageant Guide, How to Achieve Miss Universe Worthy Confidence, is finally up on my website. It is sierraburchell.com, but I will include the link in the description box. So if you want to hear all my tips, tricks, secrets, I have 100 questions that I was asked in interview and on stage at every pageant I was at. It basically gives like a behind the scenes. So whether you are a pageant competitor or a pageant fan who's curious about my behind the scenes stories, definitely check it out and let me know what you guys think. As always, if you want to see more from me, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my final predictions.